nothing to do with the ingredients in the product. It has everything to do with what it's going to do for the person who's buying it. So when we craft our messages, we always want to keep in mind what's in it for them. That's the question they're going to be asking themselves. What's in it for me? So we need to answer that. I tell a very long story called the piano story, getting to yes in the sales process, which goes into tremendous detail on the difference between features and benefits, because it gives you more of the features of the piano that you would ever want to know. And then it shows you why somebody would buy from you instead of somebody else. So remember that the benefit is what it'll do for the customer, what it'll do for them, and has nothing to do with all of the fancy things and bells and whistles and shiny object attributes that you may have put on it. I hope that answers your question for you on that between features and benefits. And again, I'd encourage you to get a hold of the piano story. It's an ebook. It's only like $5 or something like that. It might even be $3. Very inexpensive. And if you would like to have a one-on-one consultation for an hour, we could do an instant strategy session and fine-tune your strategies and see if we can't come up with some good ideas for you to make sure that you're selling benefits and not features. The next question that came in said, what are some of the pros and cons of delivering or of announcing new products before they're ready for delivery? Now, this is an interesting question. If you are on, for example, doing a Kickstarter campaign to try to raise money to be able to develop and market and deliver a product, it might be a very good idea to pre-announce that this product is being developed, what its features and benefits will be, and when it's likely to be available. And in the case of Kickstarter, what are the perks that'll be available and at what price for various levels of investment. For example, give people who invest the largest amount of money the biggest discount. These are, again, part of your strategy for doing your Kickstarter campaign. So there you want to build interest, you want to build buzz. One of the most striking examples of doing this successful, I remember, is a company here in Portland who did the coolest cooler. They've also had some glitches in production, which caused some of their clients to get a little perturbed. But they built a lot of great interest, pre-announcing that product, got their investment money in. On the other hand, I remember back to the early days of computers. There was a company called Osborne Computer, and they built the first luggable PC. It was not a laptop, it was not a notebook. In those days, PCs were big and they were heavy, and this was definitely a luggable. And so Osborne introduced it, and they were fairly successful at selling it. It probably weighed about 20, 25 pounds, could be moved around. And then they moved from regular manufacturing technology to something called surface mount technology. It let them build a much smaller and much lighter box. So what they did is they pre-announced that in 6 months, the Osborne Computer would be available in a smaller, lighter box for less money. Well, guess what happened to current sales? They died completely. No more current sales. So the company went under based on pre-announcing a product that was going to make the existing product obsolete, perform better, be lighter, be smaller, cost less. They pre-announced and the company died. So again, what is the pros and cons? What is the right answer? It depends. Depends on what it is you're trying to accomplish. And then the third question that came in says, what do sales trainers mean when they tell you to ask yes questions? This one, I can only go back to my days in the piano and organ world, and in some of the sales training I've had a chance to take. You want to, for example, in retail, if you're selling something, you don't ask people, do you want to buy it or not? You ask them how many they would like or what colors they would like. In the case of selling a large ticket item, we lead people to a conclusion that transfers ownership of the product from me to them by using what I call yes questions, which is, okay, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I'm glad you decided to buy this piano. It's a wonderful decision you've made, and it's going to be a real benefit to your daughter, Judy. We offer delivery on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Which day is better for you? Oh, well, we'll do Thursday. Okay. Now, we also offer free lessons with this. Who's going to take those lessons? You, Judy, or the daughter? Oh, okay. We can split them 5 to 5. Sure. Okay, I'll arrange that. And then one other thing, did you decide whether you wanted walnut or mahogany? Oh, walnut will look better. Okay, well, let me fill out the paperwork here and get the delivery guy on the phone. And if you won't mind, write a check for the down payment. We offer 90 days, same as cash, full payment, or financing through our company, or you could finance it through the credit union. Whichever one of those will work the best. Which one makes the most sense to you? Okay, let's proceed. Nowhere did I ask you, do you want to buy a piano in that whole conversation? So when we talk about yes questions, we talk about questions where you are leading the discussion to make sure that you get what it is you want out of the transaction. So I hope that answers that question for you. I still don't have any new questions that have come up. So I guess we're going to run out of material here. I would invite you to visit my website at johnturino.com. There are a lot of resources and links that are of value to you. There are online books and courses available, ebooks, regular print books, links to courses. There's a course on networking, for not necessarily for new people, but even to polish up your networking skills if you have been doing it for a while but haven't ever had any formal training. This one is up on Yes Course, and it's inexpensive, only takes about 20 minutes to go through. There's also a 1-hour course on udemy.com called the Marketing Plan Seminar, which takes you through the whole marketing planning seminar process. I've done a lot of presentations in my day, so I put together a little ebook called Presentations That Persuade, which talks to you about how to build better presentations. I mentioned the free ebook, Marketing Strategy Development. You can get that just for the asking. You can also get the marketing plan worksheets, which I use for planning and strategy development. These are fillable PDFs. And my newest book, Inspiration Now, is also available both in print version and in ebook version through Amazon and Kindle. So I'd invite you again to visit the website. If you're in the Portland area, there's also a calendar on there, the subscription event calendar, which has all the networking events that you might ever want to do or go see in the Portland area. So it's only $5 a month. I do all of the work for you in terms of figuring out where to meet, when to meet, how to meet, and what might be best for you. And it saves you anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour a week. And that's probably worth $5 a month, right? Makes sense, doesn't it? So I invite you to visit the website. Please do. And between now and next week's episode, I also invite you to send me your questions. Tell me about your burning issues. Give me some grist that I can include in next week's presentation. Those questions can come through john@johnturino.com. And I will include those, as I did last week's questions, in the new viewer questions part. There will be new tips for you next week. There will be new advice for you next week. We'll probably have a guest presenter if I can find somebody who I can get moved quick enough into it. And again, if you'd like to be that guest presenter, let me know ASAP, and we'll make sure we get you squared away on that. In the meantime, thank you for watching, either whether you were live or whether you've just watched this on YouTube as the replay. And I hope you have a great week. Thanks very much.